Hello friends and welcome to today's video. Here I'm going to be running you through our support system for our service delivery procedure for our clients. Basically, my name's Charlie Morgan, built and scaled an agency to 100 grand a month. It's called NorthFlow Consulting. Now I make, multi-seven figures, 600k a month doing coaching, teaching people how to start and build agencies. But in this video, I want to give you something for free. There's no strings attached, right? There is a link in the description to buy something, but I don't care if you click it or not, it's fine. But in this video, my business partner, Bowen, made this one for clients. And basically this walks you through the support system we use to basically manage relationships with clients. Service delivery is obviously a lot about the technical stuff, like how do you run ads, how do you build funnels, but a lot of it comes down to relationship management, and clients get a lot of value, obviously from the results you provide, but the way that you provide those results through support, through contact, through communication is very important. And so in this video, if you're not sure how to do that or you want a better way of doing it, then this will basically explain how we supported at our peak 64 done for you clients at any given time. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Imperium Agency Incubator Service Delivery Onboarding 7-Figure Support System. Now in this video, what we're going to be discussing and what we're really going to be going over is the support system and the tools and the way that we process our support for our own agency. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that basically for your agency. Now in this video, I'm mainly going to discuss the way that we handle our support, and I'm not saying that the way that we do it is the only way to do it. I know so many agencies that use different tools, that use different ways, different methods, etc, etc. So this is really up to you. However, if you are still looking for a good support system and the one you're using right now is really hurting your retention and your overall client satisfaction, then I highly recommend you switch over to what we're using. Not only is it free, but it's also super, honestly, I think support, the way that we handle support with our clients has been one of the main indicators on, I've never heard from a client that they didn't enjoy our support and that the way that we handle our support wasn't honestly one of the best they'd ever seen. Just simply because we make it so easy to use, very informal, and clients love that. So that's the way that we do it. However, there's so many other good ways to handle this and so many other ways great agencies do this. I'm just going to go over our 7-figure support system. However, just realize that this isn't the only way to do it. There's a lot of ways to do it, but obviously the way that we do it is a way that I know how to explain it. So that's what I'm going to go over, the tools we use, etc. However, there's a lot of other stuff you can do. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here's what we're going to cover. We're going to go over our support system SOP, basically just a very simple SOP step-by-step that shows exactly how we set up our support system and especially the tools we use and how we structure that. And other than that, we're also going to discuss maybe some other tools for client support. As I know, for instance, for the e-commerce niche, another tool is very heavily favored just simply because those businesses usually use that tool. But again, I'm also going to go over some other tools. But again, this is really up to your agency, how you want it structured and what you feel is important and what you think is going to be best for your business. I'm just going to show you how we do it. So our support system SOP. So you've probably seen this little flow chart already if you've watched any videos prior to this, right? It's the new client SOP, how we manage that, the steps we use, the softwares we use, etc. So you obviously sign a new client, you get the payment, you send over contract, then you send them over the onboarding funnel, or you just add them to the things that you need, right? Onboarding document, which we've gone over. Maybe you want admin access to the Facebook Business Manager, etc., etc. Then you schedule an onboarding call or a launch call, whatever you'd like to call it, and then you onboard them to our support system. So I've added on to this SOP that you guys are very familiar with and show you exactly how we structure our support system and how we kind of automate this. Well, not really automate, as there is some manual aspect to it, but how we systemize this. As support is great and you can basically use anything you want if you have 3 to 5 clients or maybe even a little more. But as soon as you start scaling to 20, 30, 40, you need a centralized support system that you can easily automate, that you can duplicate, and that is just easy to use, and that's just one point of reference, right? And what we use, and I know this might seem surprising to some of the agencies watching this right now, agency owners watching this right now, is we use WhatsApp Business. I know, crazy, right? WhatsApp, such a simple messaging app that the whole world uses except for maybe the United States. Really, WhatsApp Business for such a large agency? Yes, we use WhatsApp Business as we look at it from the client standpoint and not from our own standpoint. Of course, if we were the agency, we'd rather prefer maybe using Slack or any difficult softwares and stuff like that. However, why we chose WhatsApp Business is because we really looked at what would the client want and what type of support system would they want to use. And we always went back to WhatsApp because WhatsApp is so easy to use, it's user-friendly, and basically, it's the most used messaging app in the world, which means that won't be the issue in our agency, right? That clients, when it comes to clients using support, and that's why we use WhatsApp Business. So this will obviously be available in the download section below. I'm just going to go over every single step, explain how we use this and how we do it. So we have WhatsApp Business, and you can download the PDF down below. You can sign up here, which basically links you to WhatsApp Business. It's super easy. It's completely free as well, which is going to be great for a lot of you guys that are definitely not looking to add an extra $50 to $100 a month to your expenses by some sort of fancy support software. And WhatsApp Business is basically it's really just WhatsApp, but just another version of it, which allows us to really segment and centralize our support, but not mix it with our personal dealings, right? Which a lot of you will have if you're using WhatsApp for yourself personally. So that's the first thing you want to do. And the great thing about this as well is you might think, oh, but WhatsApp's like a phone-based app. So yes, it's a phone-based app, but you can also get it on your computer, which is great for uploading files, for being more efficient, etc., etc. And this is also something you want to make clear to the client, that they don't just have to use their phone. They can connect it to their computers as well, which sometimes makes it a little easier to do some high level stuff like maybe write up reports or upload documents, etc., etc. So that's the first thing. You can do that here. You can click all these links. So we start with WhatsApp Business, and you can sign up here. And what I want to stress when you sign up for WhatsApp Business is don't use your personal phone number. Keep personal and business separate, and we recommend using a Skype phone number, which a lot of you will probably, if you watch the sales training, Charlie kind of shows you how to set all of that up. If you don't know that, just go to the sales training. But basically, you can buy an actual real phone number that receives text and can call anyone in the world. You can buy a US American number. You can buy your local number if you're not from America, or you can buy a UK number, whatever. And this will act as a real phone number, and we can use this phone number as our business phone number, right? Because we use it for sales calls or whatever, client calls, and we can use this phone number, which clients sometimes are very familiar with, for our WhatsApp Business account. And this is great because it allows us to keep everything separate, right? The last thing you want is to have your personal phone number, where you maybe already have a bunch of WhatsApp messages with friends and family and stuff like that, mixed with your clients. That's a big no. You want to have WhatsApp Business solely for clients, and a Skype phone number allows us to do that. So that you can definitely do that, and it isn't really that expensive. And this is what that would look like. I have two personally. I have a New York number and a California number, and I think we use the California number for our support. But as you can see, you can send and receive SMS as well, which allows us to set up a WhatsApp Business account, because that's the main thing you need a number that receives SMS or text, because that's how you set up the account on WhatsApp, which you'll learn in just a second. So that's kind of the left-hand side. You can basically do that. And optional, this is what we do for our agency, but this is honestly not something I'd recommend unless you have 20 clients. More than 20 clients, is you can integrate your WhatsApp Business account with Freshdesk, which is a different type of company, and Freshdesk really allows you to centralize support on a different software. Plus, it connects to Zapier, which you can use to connect to your other support channels like Slack, email, and just connect with your team members and automate a bunch more. Because the main downside of WhatsApp Business is it doesn't directly connect with Zapier. It uses a form of API, and it doesn't use, you can't really connect WhatsApp to Zapier. So if you want to connect WhatsApp Business to Zapier, you need a middleman basically, and we use Freshdesk for that. And Freshdesk is really just it's kind of like a client support software that has a bunch of different features, and it's really good. But really, this is only for agencies doing minimum 20-30K per month before you really want to hop into this. Otherwise, just use WhatsApp Business, keep it all free, keep the budget low, and you're going to do just fine. But if you want to go the extra step, then you can get Freshdesk, which just seamlessly kind of integrates with WhatsApp Business. So you can definitely do that. And as you can see, Freshdesk does integrate with Zapier, but WhatsApp Business doesn't. So there is an important, because if you type in on Zapier WhatsApp, it should appear WhatsApp Messenger. Here, WhatsApp Messenger customers, WhatsApp Messenger has not yet built an integration on Zapier. So there you go. We need a middleman for that, basically. So there is that. You can use all of that. Also, there's a very good video on how to use WhatsApp. It's just from a YouTube video. I've watched it. It's very good. It's just on YouTube from some other channel. I don't really know who this. I don't really know who this is. Oh God, there we go. But basically, it's a good 8 to 9 minute video. It shows you exactly how to set everything up. Highly recommend you just check that out and follow along, basically. You can find that back in the PDF. So once all of that is set up, what we do is we make a group and we name it the client business name. And this is such a great way. So we don't directly message just one person or the owner or the marketing manager, but what we do is we create one group per client account. And this makes it so great because if you have a team and if your client has a team, you can basically keep all support centralized to one point of reference. Instead of talking to the marketing manager here, talking to the owner there, we can keep all of it nice and clean on one simple group. And there's also a little help sheet that shows you how to invite and how to create and invite a group. And a WhatsApp group allows you up to 256 participants. Now look, I've never actually maxed out on that. I think the max group we've ever had on WhatsApp is like 12 or 13, something like that. So more than enough you're going to need. And what you want to do is you just want to name the group the client's business name, and you want to give it a profile picture of the client's business name. And if you, as soon as you start getting to 10 to 20, 30 clients per month, you're just going to have 20, 30 groups. And every group is one single client, and that group will be the support channel and the only support channel for those clients. And then what we do is we invite all relevant team members on the client side and on the agency side, allowing us to really make our support not only super fast, because there's always someone usually online, but allows us to make everything efficient, because everything that's being discussed on the support channel will immediately be known by all the relevant team members. On our side, for instance, the media buyers, the app managers, but also on the client side, so the owners, the marketing managers, sales managers, etc. Right? So you want to invite all relevant team members. So this won't just be, a chat where the owner is at, but this will be a chat where the owner is at, the marketing managers, the sales managers, just everyone that is a part of the process and that is necessary for everything to work will be in this group. And it's super easy, and clients love this because they'll be able to, they won't have to do everything themselves, which is, especially if you're working with big companies, the owner just doesn't want to be bothered with this, and he's usually going to outsource the agency stuff to other team members. So those team members need to be part of the group as well. But obviously the owner wants to stay in the loop and he wants to know what's going on. So that's why he's going to be part of the group. But most of your contacting, if you work with companies like that, is going to be with marketing managers and sales managers, not with the owner directly. But that's why we make a big group where we add everyone. Same goes for the agency team. If you have a CSM, client success manager, if you have media buyers, ads managers, support reps, right? All of that, you want to add all of those people into one group. And the great thing about this is it doesn't just make support super easy, super efficient, because your CSM can kind of handle the day-to-day and media buyers can give reporting and stuff like that, or just a one chat. But it also allows, it makes the client feel like it's more of a partnership than anything, as you're going to have a group of 5 to 10 people, all with one single purpose, growing the business that is named right here on option 1, right? And that's the main thing. You're going to have media buyers coming in. You're going to have sales managers and the client team coming in, like, hey guys, we're having some trouble with the sales team. Do you guys have any tips? Or marketing managers maybe having questions, or owners having questions. And it just allows you to really centralize and make everything very efficient, and clients love this. Like we know this. Like the amount of times I've heard from clients, we absolutely love your support system, is, I think, honestly unparalleled between, or on I'm forgetting the word, but basically we work with a lot of clients that have worked with marketing agencies in the past, and they always say to us, your support system is honestly the best I've ever seen, and this will all feed into your retention. Right, so we do that, invite all relevant team members, and then we obviously send a welcome message. So what we try to do is, hey, welcome to WhatsApp. This is going to be our main point of communication. You're going to introduce all the team members in the group, simply just so clients and all their team members understand who's in the group and what type of questions they can ask, etc. walk through on how to use WhatsApp support. So you can create a little SOP, maybe even a little Loom video, just showing like how does this work. You can connect it to your PC, you can connect it to your desktop, you can upload files, etc. And the main thing you want to point out is WhatsApp is your only method of communication between the agency and the client. Of course, you can have calls on that, but all communication, all messaging must be done through WhatsApp. And you really want to set this expectation and this rule from the start, because it allows you to really make everything a lot more easy. I see so many agencies, they have one client on texting, they have one client on Facebook Messenger, one on WhatsApp, one on email. Like, that's great when you have 3 to 5 clients and you're doing less than 10K a month. But as soon as you start really scaling into a 7-figure agency, you basically just need one good point where all support is at, and that is WhatsApp Business. And clients love our support system. It's super informal, right? It isn't professional or anything. And a lot of agencies think that you need something very professional and fancy, otherwise clients won't respect you or think you're some sort of chump. It's basically the opposite. Clients love this because you don't want a formal relationship with your client. You want a good relationship with your client, one that is friendly. And what WhatsApp really does, it kind of, because WhatsApp is really where you message your friends and stuff like that, and it allows us to kind of get that sort of relationship with our clients, which really feeds into our retention and rapport building that we do with clients, right? It's informal, it's easy to use, it's available on phone and desktop, fast response time, as obviously we have the entire team in every single group. It's also just easier because most times, especially when it comes to team members, I don't recommend this for yourself, but especially when it comes to team members, the support time on a phone message is a lot faster than email and stuff like that. And it has no learning curve, as even for United States based clients, most of them will be familiar with WhatsApp and probably already have an account, so it's super easy to use. Because that's the main thing I see with support systems so much with agencies, and where they go wrong is they invite clients to all these different softwares, and they simply just don't get used. And that's not because there's no support, they don't want any support for clients. It's just simply because it's very hard to force someone to use something new, right? Use some sort of different software on a daily basis. So integrating your support system in an already existing software or messaging app that your clients already use will make it very easy, because clients will immediately know how to use it and it has no learning curve, right? WhatsApp is the most used messaging app in the world, and it basically means that it's super easy to use and very user friendly, right? Which some other softwares really aren't. And that's why I always recommend just using something that clients are familiar with, as it's very hard to force someone or force a client to use a software that they aren't familiar with, that they've never used. Which means that you're going to get a bunch less support messages. And that isn't a good thing, because I can tell you right now, clients have the support questions, but they're basically going to not do it and blame you for that, right? They're going to have these questions, but they don't really know how to ask them, or they'll ask them less because they aren't familiar with the software you're using, which means that your retention is going to suffer because of it. Because they all have support questions and they all have questions like that, but they don't like the support method you're using. Which is going to hurt your retention a bunch. So that's why I always recommend using something clients are familiar with and that is easy to use and user friendly. So definitely check this out. It basically shows you the entire system, and this is what we use when we were managing 50-60 clients at a time. We basically have 50-60 groups all in one tab. And I checked it basically at the end of the day, every day, and my team members were checking it on a daily basis. And if there was anything important from one of the groups, I would be informed on Slack. And it's really nice because it just keeps everything super central. It's free to use, and you can easily scale with this. So if you don't have a good support system, or you can feel like your support system just isn't good enough, I highly recommend you try WhatsApp Business and the way that we do it. All right. Now, I'm going to have some honorable mentions here before I end the video. So other tools for client support is Help Desk. Help Desk is a pretty good one, but I think it integrates, again, I'm not really very familiar with these. I think it integrates pretty easily with email, and I know some big agencies that use this. Like I said, WhatsApp or whatever software you use, it's not the only way to do. There's a lot of ways to be successful with client support. Just make sure that it's good and systemized. You have Slack, which is really mostly for e-com agencies, as usually these companies, I don't recommend integrating a gym owner or a dentist with Slack. They have no idea how to use this software. It's way too complicated, and clients are just going to hate it. But for e-com agencies, I've heard that it's very good because most e-com businesses are already integrated in Slack. But it kind of goes back to the simple rule of it has no learning curve, right? Of course, integrating your clients with Slack is great because Slack is awesome. We use Slack, but it's only great if your clients know how to use it and they use it every day. Otherwise, it's not that great. Like using Slack for lead gen business is usually not the way because they have no clue how Slack works. They have no incentive to learn it, and they're just gonna hate it in every way. So, wouldn't recommend it. You can use email, right? It's just, if you're gonna use email or Facebook Messenger and groups, I highly recommend using WhatsApp Business. Facebook Messenger and groups is great when you're selling like courses and this type of program because community type. But if you're just doing one-on-ones with clients, I highly recommend going to WhatsApp Business, as Facebook Messenger and groups kind of forces you to be on Facebook, which will really eat into your productivity. Email as well, it's slow, it's not fun, it's just, I wouldn't recommend it. You also have Zendesk. I don't have any experience with this, but when I was making this video, one of the people I was talking to used this and he said it's very good. So it's also made for client support, and just check this out and see if this might be the better option for you. So that was our 7-figure support system video. The SOP is down below, you can check it out. And if you have any questions on this, just ask, let us know. And yeah, that was this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.